Happy Sunday, ladies. Come on in, have a seat, because we need to have a talk. A serious one. You can't sleep, but you're exhausted. You've gained weight in places that never stored weight before. Your anxiety arrived one day without a reason and has not left. Your period shows up when it wants to, late, early, or not at all. You've sat in the doctor's offices and have been handed pamphlets over and over again. You've been told that this is normal. What you have not been told, though, is what it means. What your body is doing right now is not a decline. It's a reorganization. And every woman has walked through this shift and come out on the other side. Not bitter, not diminished, but distilled. Knew one thing the others didn't. Your body is not betraying you. It's preparing you. I'm Soriah Nikole, and today we are naming 10 signs that your body is in transition. And more importantly, what each one is actually telling you, because half of the women being called too emotional are hormonally exhausted and unsupported. And nobody prepared us for that emotional side of this truth. The first sign, your cycle is unpredictable. Late, early, heavier than it's ever been, lighter than you can remember. What's happening? Your estrogen levels are no longer stable. They swing unpredictably before they decline. What does that mean? Well, it means that your body is closing one chapter so it can open another. This is not a loss, though. This is transition. One thing I've become much more intentional about in my season is what I'm actually feeding my body. Not dieting, not restriction, support. And one of the easiest ways I've simplified that is through purple carrot. Because the meals are already centered around plant-based ingredients that support energy, digestion, and overall wellness without me having to overthink it. I'll put that information below for anyone who's been asking what I've been using lately. And one of the most important things you can do during this phase is to support your body instead of fighting it. Warm lemon water first thing in the morning, before coffee, before your phone, helps you support the liver, which processes fluctuating estrogen levels. Simple habits matter now more than dramatic ones ever did. Estrogen-rich foods like flaxseed, lentils, and edamame can also gently support hormonal balance naturally over time. This is not about perfection. This is about your partnership with your body. Sign 2, weight is redistributing, especially around your middle section. You haven't changed what you eat. You have not stopped moving, and yet something has shifted visibly. Here's the truth. Estrogen changes how and where your body stores the fat. The belly you are fighting now isn't a failure of discipline, it's a hormonal reality. And it responds to strategy, not punishment. Try strength training 2 to 3 times a week. Becomes essential here. Not endless cardio, not shrinking yourself into exhaustion. Resistance training. It supports metabolism, it stabilizes your mood, and it protects bone density, and directly counters redistribution happening hormonally. This season is not asking you to become smaller. It is asking you to become stronger. And honestly, This is part of the reason that I created the pieces I wear and I'm writing now, because I realized this season of my life required different strategies, different self-love languages, and different care. My workout sets are not about punishment, they are about strength. And my unapologetically lit journal was created for women learning how to hear themselves again. I'll link everything below for the women who have been asking. Sign number 3. Your sleep feels broken. Night sweats, waking at 3 a.m. with the mind that won't quiet down, feeling exhausted even after 8 hours. Your nervous system is recalibrating. The sleep that you had in your 30s was built on a hormonal foundation that is now shifting. I remember waking up exhausted after what should have been a full night's sleep and genuinely thinking, what the hell is happening to me? That moment changes a lot of women quietly. This is not insomnia. This is your body restructuring. Magnesium at night can significantly support your nervous system regulation, muscle relaxation, and sleep quality during this transition. And sleep hygiene is no longer optional. You need a cool room, no screens before bed. Ladies, you need consistent sleep and wake times. Your body is already working hard to regulate itself. Stop making it fight the environment too. Sign 4, anxiety that you cannot explain. Whole body dread. A sense of urgency with no way to direct it. You panic in situations that never bothered you before. This is not a character flaw. This is progesterone declining. And progesterone is your calm. What you are feeling right now is chemical, and it is addressable. Okay, so breath work becomes your best friend. Breath work becomes one of the fastest interventions available to you. When the spiral starts, inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Do that for 3 rounds. Your nervous system responds almost immediately because breath changes biology. This is not wellness influencer content. I am truly giving you solutions that I currently use myself. This is nervous system science. And doctors hand women antidepressants before they handle hormone education. That conversation needs to change. Sign number 5, the brain fog. You are not losing your mind. You are losing patience for small thinking. The fog you experience, the word that won't come, the thoughts you can't hold, this is a symptom, not a sentence. Hormonal changes directly affect cognitive functions. Knowing that is not a diagnosis, it is power. Meditation becomes especially important here. Not performative meditation, though, not aesthetic meditation, just 10 minutes of guided breath work or body scan meditation daily can reduce the cortisol levels and improve mental clarity over time. You are not meditating to relax. You are meditating to rewire. There is a difference. So now we're in sign 6. Your skin is changing. Dryness where there was none. Breakouts you haven't had since you was in your 20s or your teens. A sudden sensitivity to products you've used for years. Estrogen supports collagen. And as it shifts, your skin shifts with it. unfortunately. This is not neglect. This is your body asking for you to upgrade your care, not abandon it. Hydration matters more. Sleep matters more. Inflammation matters more. And processed sugar now costs differently than it used to. Not morally, but biologically. Your skin is becoming a mirror for what your nervous system and hormones are carrying internally. Sign 7. Your body temperature has a mind of its own. The hot flashes, night sweats, flushing in meetings, your body is releasing heat it has been holding. Some women experience this as an inconvenience. Iconic women learn to read the signals and respond accordingly. Alcohol is one of the biggest amplifiers of hot flashes during perimenopause. And many women don't realize that until they remove it briefly and notice the difference immediately. Again, not judgment. This is a judge-free zone. Not restriction. Awareness. That is the power. Sign 8. Now, here's where your joints feel different. Stiffness in the morning, aches that were not there at 35. Estrogen has anti-inflammatory properties. And as it shifts, inflammation can surface. Movement is still your ally, though. The type of movement may need to evolve a little. More walking, mobility work, strength training, maybe stretching, but consistency matters more than intensity. Your body is not asking you for punishment. It is asking you for support. Sign 9. Your mood and your tolerance has changed. You do not have patience for anything. Less patience for what does not matter. Less energy for people who drain you. A new quiet clarity about what and who you will not accept. Here's the part that no one tells you, though. This is not emotional instability. This is discernment. Your body is clearing out what no longer belongs. And honestly, some of the exhaustion women feel after 40 is not hormonal at all. It's relational. It's years of overextending, overfunctioning, overgiving, overcarrying. Your nervous system eventually starts rejecting what your mouth has been too polite to say no to. Sign 10. You feel like you do not recognize yourself. Not because you are disappearing, but because you are arriving. The woman in the mirror is not the woman you were at 30. And you are not supposed to be. You have been refined by time, by experience, and by everything you have carried and everything you have released. That unfamiliarity, that is the beginning. And maybe the reason this season feels so emotional is because nobody taught women how to meet themselves again after survival mode. But this next phase, this is not the end of your beauty. This is the beginning of your authority. If this is resonating and you have been silently experiencing this shift and trying to navigate it alone, subscribe. Because on this channel, we talk about things women are expected to suffer through quietly. Not with shame, not with panic, with intelligence, with elegance, and with the truth. So ladies, I'm going to give you a challenge for the next 24 hours. Write down one sign from this list that you have been dismissing as a weakness and replace that word with signal. Because that is what it is. Your body is speaking to you. And maybe for the first time in your life, you are finally ready to listen. This is your reminder. You were never meant to decline into this decade. You were meant to arrive in it. And spiritually, this transition is an invitation into a deeper alignment. Your body slows you down long enough to ask questions your younger self never had time to ask. Who am I when I stop performing? What actually nourishes me? Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially. What and who deserves access to my energy now? For many women, this is the first season of life where their soul becomes louder than survival. And that is why this phase can feel so emotional, because you are not only changing hormonally, you are shedding identities that were built around obligation, endurance, and who the world needed you to be. And in their place, something quieter, something more powerful, and refined began to emerge. A woman with discernment, peace, boundaries, self-trust, presence. Not the woman you were taught to become, the woman you actually are. Comment below which of these signs you are experiencing right now. You are not in it alone. I'm Soriah Nikole.